Walt Disney Educational Media Company presents Winnie the Pooh and the Right Thing to Do, in which Tigger learns not to cheat. Now that it was summer and Christopher Robin was not in school, he came very early one morning to the 100-acre wood. Christopher Robin was on his way to see Rabbit. Now, it was Rabbit's busy season in his garden, and so, when Christopher Robin arrived at Rabbit's house, his friend was very hard at work, as usual.
Good morning, Rabbit. You're out especially early this morning.
Oh, yes, Christopher Robin. A rabbit's work is never done. It's good to see you. Please excuse me if I don't stop.
Of course, old friend. It's just that I have something for you.
Oh, thank you, Christopher Robin. If you'll just leave it on the fence, I'll look at it later when I have time. If I ever have time.
I suggest you look at it now. It came in the mail. It might be very important.
Oh, very well. But I can only take a minute. Dear Cousin Rabbit, remember me, your old cousin Bunny. Can't say I do.
Keep reading anyway.
Well, I remember you, and as chairman of our family reunion, I invite you to join us for our get-together. How about it, cousin? Thank you for bringing this to me, Christopher Robin, but I'm afraid it would be out of the question for me to attend the get-together. My family lives very far away from here. It would take me days and days just to get there, and days to come home again. That's too much traveling for a one-afternoon family reunion, especially this time of year.
Silly old friend. There's more. Since you have to travel so far, how'd you like to spend your whole summer vacation with me? We'll have a grand time together, and I know the family will be delighted to see you again. Your loving cousin, Bunny.
Me? He wants me to spend my whole vacation with him? And the family will be delighted to see me? Well.
Then you'll go?
Of course not. How can I take a vacation? It'd be a disaster for my garden. No, absolutely not. Oh, even though I would love to go. And I do need a rest. Oh, no. Let me see that again, please. The family will be delighted to see you again, your lovin' cousin Bunny. Rizvip. Rizvip? What does that mean?
Not RSVP. RSVP. It's an abbreviation. It means he wants you to let him know whether or not you'll accept the invitation.
Well, I already told you no. I have my garden to attend to. I'll just have to RSVP that I cannot make it.
So Christopher Robin called a meeting of all the friends to see if they could think of a way to help Rabbit attend his family reunion. After Christopher Robin explained the situation, it was Piglet who spoke right up, much to everyone's surprise.
If I may say something, Christopher Robin?
Why, of course you may, Piglet.
Well, I think we can help Rabbit by taking care of his garden for him while he's away. That way he'll be able to see his family again after so many years. And I propose that we go to see him right now and tell him.
It was a splendid idea. So the friends set off at once to Rabbit's house to tell him of their plan and to convince him to go on a vacation.
Thank you. It's very thoughtful of you. Very kind. Very generous. But does anyone know anything about gardening? Anything at all? The least bit?
The friends had to admit to Rabbit that they did not know the first thing about gardening, but they all said they were willing to learn. and eager to help.
And I have this wonderful book, the complete book of gardening. We can all read it, and I'll always be there to help if I'm needed. So please, Rabbit, please accept your cousin's invitation.
Please, Rabbit.
Please, Rabbit?
Please, Rabbit. Please, Rabbit.
Oh, very well.
Hooray!
On one condition. I will make out a schedule, and you must all promise to do the jobs I put down on the schedule, without fail.
We promise, Rabbit.
A garden is a living thing, and it needs to be cared for, like any other living thing.
We do understand, Rabbit, and I will personally see to it that each one has a job to do and does it.
You could make a checklist and hang it on the fence. Then, after we have finished our jobs, we can put an X next to our name.
Put me down for pulling up weeds, 'cause that's what Tiggers do best. And so it was decided. Al was in charge of the list and of chasing off the bugs that eat vegetables. Pooh was put in charge of watering. Piglet was in charge of fertilizing and mulching. And Tigger was in charge of pulling up the weeds.
I hope I'm not sorry about this.
Said Rabbit as he turned to leave for his much-needed vacation.
After all, they did promise.
Now, Rabbit loved his friends and trusted his friends, and he felt confident that his garden was in good hands. Yet, at some of the strangest times, he couldn't help thinking...
Oh, I hope Pooh is watering, and that Owl is keeping the garden pests away, and that Piglet is fertilizing, and Tigger is weeding, and they're all checking off their names every day.
And each day, the friends grew prouder and prouder of the job they were doing. For every day, the garden seemed to grow bigger and better and thicker and greener than the day before.
Well, chaps, for folks who didn't know the first thing about gardening, I'd say we're doing pretty well. Don't you think, Pooh?
It looks good to me, Owl.
Do you agree, Tigger?
Oh, yeah, sure does. It's a beauty.
I don't agree, that is. If you'll pardon me for saying so, I think something's wrong.
Wrong?
Wrong?
Did you say wrong, Piglet?
Yes, I did. I have noticed that it has become very difficult to walk through Rabbit's garden, or move even.
Now that you mention it, Piglet.
It does seem a bit... Well, the vegetable plants never grew that big for Rabbit.
Nonsense! This garden is phenomenal. It's indescribable. It's terrific. I mean, what could be wrong with this healthy specimen? See? I told you.
I never saw a plant like that before. Rabbit must have changed his crop.
Oh, that silly Rabbit. Changing his crop and not even telling us.
Oh, no. If that's what I think it is...
Well, what is it, Piglet? Tell us.
I'm not sure, but if it is what I think it is, Rabbit's garden may... Oh, I can't say it.
This is serious. I shall call Christopher Robin. He can look into his complete book of gardening and tell us what we need to know.
And before long, Owl and Christopher Robin were hurrying down the road toward Rabbit's garden, where the others were waiting.
Owl tells me something is wrong with Rabbit's You're right. I think I know what caused this.
Christopher, Robin,
Well, my friends, you do have a problem. If everyone had been doing his job, this wouldn't have happened.
Excuse me.
Why, Christopher Robin, we've all done our job. Look at the checklist. Every name is checked off every day.
So I see. On the list. But that doesn't mean you all did your jobs. It just means you all checked the list. Obviously, someone cheated.
Cheated? Does that mean someone checked his name off without doing the job?
Very good, Pooh. That's exactly right. By pretending to have done the job and checking his name to make us believe the job was done, someone was cheating.
I can speak only for myself, Christopher Robin.
Yes, Owl?
I arrived here every day at the same time, just before lunch. I got here just in time to encourage the bugs and worms to have their lunch elsewhere.
Excuse me.
Piglet always passed me at the gate. He arrived just as I was leaving every day. And I knew Pooh had been there before because the garden had already been watered. And Tigger was here every afternoon pulling up weeds. Lots of weeds. All the weeds. 'Cause weeding is what Tiggers do best. I told you that already. Well, I might have missed one day.
Tigger.
Excuse me, Christopher Robin. Please look at this.
What is it, Piglet?
Would you look in your book?
It's a Taraxacuma fish and now.
Christopher Robin, I have a favor to ask. Would you explain again what you mean by cheating?
There are different kinds of cheating, and all of them can be very harmful. For example, cheating was harmful to Rabbit's garden. Cheating can be harmful to others, and especially to oneself. But trying to fool people, to trick them, is just plain unfair.
Well, weeding is not what Tiggers do best.
Oh, Tigger, we knew that.
I wanted to. I tried, but I couldn't. That is, I didn't. And it looks like the only person I cheated was myself. If I may say so, old chap, you also cheated us. Now we all have to worry about saving Rabbit's garden.
And what about Rabbit? Suppose we can't save the garden.
You know, I never thought of all those things when I checked off my name.
It looks like the weeds got watered and fertilized and cultivated and grew faster than the vegetables.
And now we must try to do something about it.
And quickly. When Owl came to get me, I was on my way here anyway, because I just received a letter from Rabbit.
Oh, that's nice, Christopher Robin. When will Rabbit be back?
The day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
Well, they certainly had their work cut out for them, especially Tigger, who had to do days and days of weeding in just one afternoon. And the work and cooperation paid off. For when Rabbit returned, everything was almost as grand as when he left. And everything was definitely bigger.
I had a wonderful vacation, thanks to all of you. And I must say, the garden is lovely, wonderful, simply wonderful. I brought a little gift for each of you as a token of my appreciation. This jar of honey is for you, Pooh.
To a honey of a friend. Why, thank you, Rabbit. What a nice surprise.
And this, my dear friend Piglet, is for you.
Thank you, Rabbit. Chief helper. I guess that's me, all right.
And for you, Owl.
Special friend. This is a charming present, Rabbit. Thank you.
And for you, Tigger. Tigger? Huh. Well, I guess it can wait till later.
Speaking for all of us, Rabbit, it's good to have you home again.
And it's good to be home with all of you.
Oh, we're happy this morning.